we're away. There's a stack of us going out this morning, which makes me feel kind of good. I'm pleased to be going out with a group. It's nice to be part of a flotilla. So there's already 4 ahead of us. We've got 1 behind us, and then I think there were 9 or so of us in the anchorage last night. So no doubt there'll be a group of us, all one after the other, going through the bar. So it's time for me to get my life jacket on. Howie's got his on, and Kitty needs hers on as well, and then we'll all be set to go. Let's get out of here.
We're on our way out through the Wide Bay Bar. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other boats coming out with us, which is really reassuring to know that you've got the timing right. Conditions are pretty good at the moment. It looks nice and flat from what I can see, as far as I can see forward. Luckily, it's not raining. Forecast was that it was going to be raining this morning. We could still get wet later, but it's not pissing down just at the moment, which is great. Yeah, so we're not expecting a bad crossing. It should be pretty standard, we hope. It's always a bit anxious. This is only the 4th time we've done it, and it hasn't become routine yet. So every time we approach this bar, I feel quite anxious about it, because it's always messy and bumpy. But hopefully today it'll be nice and calm with nothing significant to report. So fingers crossed, it should be over in about 40 minutes.
We noticed the pack took a sharp right-hand turn to Fisherman's gutter, so we decided this was a great chance to follow.
So we've just started taking the shortcut. We're watching the lead boat and the other boats on AIS, and we're dropping waypoints on their position as they move, creating our own route that we can follow, so that if they happen to get too far away or do something that makes it more difficult to follow, we've got those positions on the map that we can continue to follow. So that's it, we're through. That's excellent. I mean, the conditions today are also good, but gosh, that's a big time saving in terms of just the physical distance that you save, like cutting through rather than going all the way out and then all the way back. And it's funny, you know, there's this huge conga line of about 8 boats all doing the same thing. And even now when I look back, I can see 2 other boats doing the same thing. But it's been a big time saving. I'm not sure how much time we will save overall by the end of the day, but we'll need every minute we can get, because it'll be a long day to get to Mooloolaba. And all we need now is some wind.
Not quite enough wind to have the engines off, but man, that's the easiest bar crossing we've done. Admittedly, this is only our 4th time going through, and we'd seen other people do it. Just a little bit too nervous to have a go on our own without seeing the way through, but with that track, and in the right conditions, obviously. It swells up a little bit now, but going through it was really calm. So today was absolutely the day to give that a shot. So really happy to have that behind us and to be on our way. Noticed that our dodgy MacGyvering of that car on the main has given way again. So we're just going to drop it and do some on-the-fly fixes again, and hopefully not lose our lead too much. It is a race, obviously. There's 9 of us all on the head down past Double Island Point. Quick resolve. Fixed.
Nice mackerel. So this is the route that we took this morning over to avoid the Wide Bay Bar and take the alternate shortcut through the Fisherman's Gutter. This is the Navionics display on our chart plotter. We started just here where we were anchored, came around, and this was the route we were planning on taking to take us out of the bar, which goes all the way out here. Instead, we watched the boats in front of us turn right early and follow these marks, and as I watched them go, I created waypoints every time they moved, or the front boat, which was Jan's, across there, so that I had something to follow just in case there was quite a distance between him and us, because there was about 4 or 5 other boats in between us. So, and the pink line is the track of my boat that we travelled across all that way and then out. It was excellent. The conditions were fantastic. The lowest point that we got under our boat was 1.8 under our keel, and we draw 1.3. That was the shallowest that we saw. So for that, I'll be certainly using that again in the future if the conditions are right. Highly recommended. So thank you to Jan's. So it saved us around about 5 or 6 miles instead of going all the way out to the end of the bar and around. That's a significant, a good hour off the trip if we travel at 5 or 6 knots most of the way. So that's very, very helpful.
Okay, so Jason's just going out the front. We're in the Mooloolaba duck pond, and where we've anchored, we are on the spin, it's not even the change of tide, we're just on the spin. Wind has picked up a little bit, and we're just a little bit too close to these other 2 boats. We've got the fenders on, we've got the engines on, and he's just organising to get the stern anchor sorted so that we can. Like, we were fine when we anchored. We were tight where we anchored, but there was heaps of room. But this spin has just got us a little bit too close, and the wind has pushed us closer than we want to be to this boat here, and there's another boat out to the side here which is hard to get to because it's raining out there. There we go. So we just can't relax. That's the problem. Like we here we were, excited to be back, and really happy to be at Mooloolaba. Had a minute, we had a bit of sashimi. Hell, we even cracked a champagne because, you know, we're here, and now that's all gone out. Well, it hasn't gone out the window, but the fun stopped because we've now got to be, you know, worrying about that we don't hit anybody else. So Jason's up front. I can hear him tinkering about in the anchor locker trying to find the other anchor, and we're just going to try and drop a stern anchor so that we can stop spinning and stay the hell away from these other boats.
So on the change of tide, the boat has spun around, as have the other boats in close proximity, and with the wind that was blowing in the opposite direction to the tide, we started wafting around over the top of our anchor, and a bit of left and a bit of right, and coming, I wouldn't say perilously close, very close to some of these other boats, two in particular. So what we've done is we had to start the engines and reverse back on the anchor to try and stretch the anchor chain back out and away from those boats. And I've rigged up a stern anchor and thrown that off the back of the boat when we were at the furthest point away when we were reversing. Ideally, I would like to have been in the tender and taken it further away from those boats, but I think this will do for now. It's holding us steady in the one direction and keeping us away from those boats. Should be just fine. So the next test will be the next change of tide, which will be at 12:20 tonight.
He's looking at our little board.
We have all the tide times. I have my first mate fill out all the tide times and the tide ranges on the board, so we can, because we both have a memory like a sieve, and it's nice to just have a quick reference down there to see what's what. So at 12:20 we'll see what happens when the tide turns again. The wind is going to drop off tonight, which is good, so we should only be subject to the tidal flow of the current coming in and going out. I'm going to retrieve our bloody stern anchor that is stuck in mud that's like this deep. It's a big anchor that we threw out just to stop us swinging into other boats. And now when we want to pull it up, I cannot get it up. I've been in the tender, been right over the top of it, pulling with all of my strength, and I just cannot. I've dived on it to see that it's not caught. I dead set thought it was caught on something, but it's not. It's just stuck in deep mud. So I've got the dive buddy out, and you can't see anything down there. It's like you can't see a foot in front of your face. So I've got to get down, at least clear the mud off it, or lift it by the head somehow, loosen it. I can't swim up to the boat, to the tender with that anchor. I've just got to release it, let it go, and then get up the boat and see if it'll come up then. Hopefully it will. But it's all a bit messy and a bit awkward, and it's doing nothing to resolve our original problem of swinging around next to other boats, which is really frustrating. But anyway, these are the things you've got to get through to enjoy the good things.
Okay, it's all happening. The storm's hit. We've got one boat dragging through the anchorage. It's completely gone. We are well dragging, so we've got the engines on. We've got 42 knots of wind. We're on a bit of a spin, and I don't know that I can keep filming. But here's you got one over here. We got you got one behind you here. Can you see it? So you'll need to go forward from him. There's 3 collided in the back. Let's see. So there's 3 boats there that just all collided. The one with the blue had come loose, and it's now on top of the other little one. You got one behind you. Come forward. So we are just trying to push out of this. We got to 42 knots of wind, so it's fairly hectic. You got maybe 100 metres in front of you that's clear. Far out. This is the most hectic we've had, because while it's been a bit scary, we actually haven't seen boats that have been this close to hitting each other and actually touching. There's 5 boats all there together, and another 2. So you need to come forward again. So yeah, it's hectic. The wind has dropped back down. We're back down to 20 knots. So that's what caused everyone to drag. All right, you're facing the wharf. 50 to 60 metres before you are in trouble on your starboard. Can you see him? Yep. So we've got this guy here in front. You're okay at the back now? So yeah, we're the saving grace is it's daytime. In the dark, this is what is really troublesome. Like you can't see anything. So we just up anchored and reset, as has somebody else that's next to us. The wind is coming back up again. It's 4:15 in the afternoon. It looks like it's sort of 7 o'clock at night. Hard to sort of give you an idea of what's going on, but we've got the engines on because we're getting now close to the jetties. We might coming. It's still 20 knots. I've been out with a fender. We're close to the jetties. I've got not enough hands. Just behind us, the boats in the middle. There's still 5 of them, all just jammed on top of each other. And now there's 2 catamarans that have gone up onto the rocks. And of course, Coast Guard can't help because there's a mayday call going on at the minute. So somewhere else, and they've got to attend to that. So, which makes perfect sense. So we're all on our own out here in the skating rink that is the duck pond, and just trying to hold our ground. Jason's just moving the sticks forward and back. We've already from where we anchored, we have dragged quite badly. It's a mud bottom and it just does not hold in here. So fair weather situation.
So we've got boats all around us who are all moving as well as us moving. Visibility is very bad at the moment. It's not zero. I can see about 30 metres in front, so I can see our closest boats. The wind's turned, it's already gone 360 degrees, made us drag in all directions. We've up anchored once and put it back down again and dragged again. Been over very close to the pontoons over there. Getting close to the boat behind now. We've got a boat directly in front. It's blowing 20 at the moment, which is not horrendous, but we're still not sticking. And everybody is just trying not to play dodgems, but it's pretty much every man for himself in the middle of it, because we're all at risk. So we just keep doing this until the conditions subside. Hopefully we'll be soon. So as quick as it came, it's gone. And the water is completely calm, the rain stopped, and the wind has stopped. Well, it's 9 knots, but as good as stopped. The highest we saw was 44.4 on the plotter, and the state of the water, the change in that state when that happened was remarkable. To know what it's like in these conditions now, and how quickly that whipped up into, it's like being in the ocean almost. It was pretty full on, and visibility was zero all the way around the boat. We were fortunate the boat in front of us held for quite a long time before it started to drag, but in the heat of that most violent part, it didn't drag into us. That was just a case of keeping my engines on and not just idling into this, but seriously driving at sometimes over 2,000 revs straight into it, just to try and stay in one place. The anchor was just slip sliding all over the place. So now we get to have a look at how everyone else fared. I could see a boat over on the rocks, over on the other side there, a big catamaran. Someone called that in on the radio. There was another mayday call down at Bribey Island somewhere that they are trying to sort out. So yeah, that's how quickly it can change, and luckily we got through this one okay.
We ended up re-anchoring 3 times. There's several others have picked up and moved and found another spot. There's still 5 boats just in behind us here that are still, well, 4 of them are unattended, so they're just bumping into each other. And I suppose it's a lesson in a couple of things we had a quick chat about a second ago. The whole adage of, if you think you should reef. If you think you should start the engines, because seriously, within less than a minute of him turning on the engines, it ramped up, and that's when it hit its peak, and it was 44.4 knots, which is nearly 80 kilometres an hour. I think it's more than that, 85 kilometres an hour. I'll check that and make sure, but it's a lot fast wind, and it was really whippy and dangerous. So that's the first learning. And the second is that every time something like this happens, every time we're in this sort of situation, it's another chance to learn. We now know more about how the boat handles itself. We've got a better sense of how quickly things happen. We kept a fender in the cockpit so that it was at hand, and that was an excellent decision. And we've also got 4 fenders up and around the boat, but there was that extra one just sitting in the cockpit, and we'll do that again. That was an excellent thing to have at hand. And yeah, just having, those marriage savers, I tell you what, they were brilliant, because I was up the front in my rain jacket, hoodie on, being belted with rain, you know, like that's the crew, right? He's inside, warm as toast, and I'm out there being rained on. But I wouldn't have heard a word that he had to say, and we were able to calmly speak to each other. So I think the thing about this is also that's the strongest, biggest storm we've been in, and I keep whinging about, well, the storms, I'm very frightened. I actually wasn't as frightened this time. Maybe because we've been through several, so maybe I'm a bit more storm savvy. But also it was daytime, so we could sort of see what was going on. We had visibility issues because of the mist that was coming with the rain and how heavy the rain was. So we ended up having to open up let the rain in and have some of the clears open because there was no way to actually see what was going on. But the fact that it was daylight made a huge difference to anxiety levels. So that would be my preference. If I may speak to Mother Nature, if you're going to give us a storm, could you do it daytime? But you know, it's, where are we, 5:30. So we had probably the best part of an hour of it. And now it's calm and lovely, and I reckon it's time for a wine. As much as I did not enjoy that, every time we do go through something like this, it's just another level of learning, another thing that we've been able to overcome and to do and feel ever so slightly stronger as a result. So enough yapping, more drinking. Jason's just going over to try and help these guys out. Their anchor is caught on something. The blue boat in the back is the one that dragged anchor and ran into 5 other boats yesterday. So he's taken the air buddy over because these guys can't, they just can't get it sorted to get the anchor up. So they're gonna don the air buddy and go down and have a look and see if they can't do something about it. So we'll see what happens. So he's got Jason's, they didn't have anything, so he's got Jason's mask and gloves, and he's just donned their air buddy. Honestly, that's been one of the better purchases in amongst all of the other purchases that we've been raving about. This is the third time it's come in handy for something like this. And then also we clean the hull with it, but I don't know if you can hear him. He's saying that the anchor was just really buried deep, so he's managed to dig it out. So they're free, it looks like.
We just helped out another boatie over behind us here in one of these small monohulls who couldn't get his anchor up. I saw him with the help of another guy motoring forward as fast as the outboard would push the boat to the point where it grabbed, trying to pull the anchor forward or out of position. It was just like pushing the nose of the boat down really hard and just wasn't budging it. So I went over and offered the help of our air buddy, which is basically an air compressor breathing device, which I used the other day to retrieve our own anchor, which was excellent. So I took the tender over and I explained to him how it works, fitted him up, and over the side he went, just like I did the other day, followed the chain from the boat down to where the anchor was. He spent a fair bit of time down there trying to bring it up. He said it was really deep mud, stuck really, really fast. He would have been down there for probably, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. But again, got it up, sat it on top of the mud, came back up to the tender and pulled it up. So a really good result, and I'm really pleased that we could help somebody else out, because we know the feeling of being left in the lurch without being able to get your anchor up. So chalk another one up for the air buddy.
Here we go again. Storm season, hey? It has been forecast for us here, so we've been kind of waiting for it all day. Sitting on about 15 to 20 knots at the minute, just starting to spit, so we're going to close all the hatches up and cross our fingers that it is nothing like the other night and we get through unscathed and then we don't bloody move, because this skating rink in here is a disaster. Anyway, I better go help.
We've decided to head home tomorrow. We were going to go from Mooloolaba to Bribie Island, but the weather at the moment is really, really unstable. We've had a few shocking storms here today and another bad one predicted for Saturday. So tomorrow will be relatively low wind, and if we have to do a bit of motoring, so be it. But we've decided just to get out of this. This anchorage that we're in is terrible for holding. It's just slimy mud, and as soon as the wind gets up, everybody drags, and it becomes chaos. So we are rather desperate for a bit of security. It'll be terrific just to make one last long surge home to Raby Bay, where I can tie the boat up in my berth and we are stable and safe. And will bring this segment of the trip to a close.
Good morning from Mooloolaba. We are out. This is it. It's the last leg of the journey home. Mixed emotions. Super excited, to be honest. Big storm coming tomorrow, so glad to be out of the duck pond and the skating rink that it is. Being greeted by a beautiful morning. And we are getting ourselves organised to go out through the bar. It's a really pretty morning. So life jackets are on. And let's get this show on the road. Mooloolaba Beach in the background over there, which we went to a number of times. It's very easy to take the tender over, tie up, and then just walk straight across the road and you're right on the beach.
Well, here we are at long last, coming into the leads of the Raby Bay Marina. It's been a really nice afternoon sail after what started really slowly and a fair bit of motoring in the start of the day, but during the afternoon the winds just picked up nicely and we had a really nice sort of 10 to 15 knot sail, and we were doing about 6.5 knots on the way in towards the end, which is a really nice way to finish instead of having to motor all the way in and all the way back from Cairns in pretty short time, which I think is excellent. I'm very, very happy with it. It's been a terrific trip, and I can't wait to do all the boat jobs that I've got to do. Actually, I can wait to do those, but can't wait to have those finished and set sail again next season, which will be even better, going from Cairns to the Cape.
Here we are. We did it. It's a bit surreal to be back. All right, let's tie her up and go to the pub.